You have just entered the KBMOD podcast. Keyboard plus mouse or die.
Hello and welcome to episode 57 of the KBMOD podcast. As you can, if you're watching the video on demand, as you can see, we're missing 3 regulars, but Jared's beard is worth at least 2 of those guys, if not all 3.
Nick Fenton doesn't really count anyway.
Yeah, I mean, so we're really only missing 2. And Alex is flying back from California tonight, and Scott is filming all the respawns
and sucking
tonight.
Nick Fenton off.
Yes, that too. Probably in some sort of weird 69. Anyway, so we do have a guest this week. We have Jared Gerritzen here from Zombie Studios to hang out with us this week. Wearing a shirt that says fart and also make fart noises. So we'll get right into it. What about you? Oh, we also have Hex this week. God. How could I forget his lovely face?
Hello,
so Hex is also here. And we'll start with Hex. So what have you been playing this week?
This week, let's see. I played some Sleeping Dogs, which is really excellent.
I have heard only good things about Sleeping Dogs.
Yeah, it's pretty fantastic. I started Spec Ops: The Line, which I forgot about when it first came out. I didn't really have it on my radar. But I read some stuff about it this week that made it sound really interesting, so I've been playing the single-player campaign on that. And it's
I heard that it's not awesome at all. That's just what I...
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
I actually really have liked it so far. It's...
Now, Rick Leslie liked it, and that's an immediate caution. So, I mean...
I apologize for Rick.
It's been pretty good. Like it's a third-person shooter. The story is supposed to be really awesome. So I mean, it seems good so far, and the Dubai setting is
because I play shooter games for the story. that lore in Blacklight, Jared, fantastic work in the multiplayer lore.
That's the only reason I ever play Doom. It's all about the story. I'm in for the story.
What can I say? It's amazing.
The universe seems to have a decent story, though.
Other than that, I played some Street Fighter 2 over the weekend with my brother-in-law. We were drinking. Now it's a really good time. Worth breaking the fight stick out for. So that's about it. And a little more Tribes, as always.
Trobes.
Yeah.
Trobes. Solid game. Turbs. What about you, Brandon?
Mainly CS:GO this week. I've been messing around with our server a whole bunch. If you weren't here last week, we did get a new CS:GO server. And so I've been trying to make sure that that's all set up right. And I've found that a lot of the mods that used to work for Source, like some of them still work for CS:GO, but you have to just kind of take your chances on whether something works or not. So stuff like reserved slots, yeah, definitely does not work at all. But I did get our competitive map rotation, I think, working. So we're now running the SE maps that don't have fog and stuff. I think they look a lot better. So,
oh, nice.
Been messing around a lot with that. Playing a little bit of Tribes, and that's really it. I haven't gotten a chance to play that much. I think I played a little bit of DayZ.
Yeah, I haven't touched DayZ in a while. What about you, Jared? You've been out and about though.
I'm not waiting for the last fucking 2 of you, and if none of you say Blacklight, I'm gonna fucking get off this goddamn fucking assholes.
You were saving that for you, man. We didn't want to steal your spotlight.
No, I want to hear what John's fucking playing now.
You will be pleased to know that I have actually played your piece of shit game recently. I was quick scoping with the intervention, and I hit this really awesome Blues Plate special. I can't wait to show you the YouTube video.
Keep in mind,
but I
actually
played a little bit of CS:GO, and I probably played 2 or 3 hours of Blacklight. And other than that, I've just been playing TF2 because my team's getting back together and we're playing competitively again. So I bought a server for that yesterday and had to get that all set up and ready to go. And Guild Wars 2.
I'm resisting the urge on that game.
It's not Guild Wars at all, so... And Steam doesn't work for Blacklight for me, Jared. So you should probably,
I'll fix that for you tomorrow.
fix that.
Could you actually fix the TeamViewer glitch that doesn't let the launcher load properly if you run TeamViewer at all?
Yeah,
It does.
I'll get on that tonight.
Yeah, right now. Just work on it while we're podcasting.
Jared's the lead programmer on the game, so
if I'm not answering the questions because I'm just. There you go.
Oh, it's fixed. All right, I'll download the patch now.
I'm on it.
But I have
Dan.
made sure to play some Blacklight every day because I want to win $1,000. And I also actually played a good couple hours with Chaz and Sham on the siege mode, and that was a lot of fun until it devolved into the defensive team just all using bolt actions. So that was actually not.
You guys are
fun.
pussies.
Dude.
Oh,
I'm running out there like
anytime you play that game, Zero Armada's like, I'm gonna come into the server and make you look like a piece of shit. And I'm like, dude, come into the server on any other game that I play. Not Blacklight Red. Come into a TF2 server with me. Or a COD 4 or something. Stop coming into my Blacklight servers.
It is a terrible thing when he comes in there. He always tries to join.
Then him
my
and his
team
fucking stupid faces in chat. Banned. Get out of here. Banned. Time out. Banned. Zero Armada.
Oh my god, he actually banned him. I don't even know how to unban.
I got him.
Yeah, John works at Twitch. I forget that. I have been playing a shitload of CSGO though, and mostly the competitive playlist, the 5v5 stuff. But then also been playing the game I probably play most is Path of Exile. Just excellent game from the New Zealand developers, Grinding Gear. But yeah, that game is awesome. So go check it out. What about you, Jared? You've been playing the Fly to Germany and Fly to California game.
A lot of just the tip. It's been a busy couple of weeks. Gamescom and just traveling through there. It's been pretty wild. It's Blacklight. I uninstalled DayZ yesterday. Have to, just because it's killing me, man. Like I got on and there were just there are people just spawning in helicopters on top of people now.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's getting nasty.
Yeah, it's getting really nasty.
It's getting real bad.
Well, and he did an amazing job on making something really new, and now everyone's coming onto it and just fucking it up. So
hopefully it'll be better once it's standalone and they can have a little more control over that stuff.
Battle Eye is the supreme anti-cheat. So. I really dig all of the updating that they've done, and like all of the modern games have been using Battle Eye. So
yeah, we're
pretty well respected.
We're updating Blacklight to go to Battle Eye as well. So
yeah,
I think it's dethroned Punkbuster as my anti-cheat of choice.
Yeah.
Punkbuster's better than Battle Eye, which is really disgusting.
Yeah.
It seems like
VAC's
VAC's really the only one that works.
VAC's relatively good. I think VAC works though because of the threat of potential Steam account loss.
Yeah.
I don't think it works because it works. I think it works because people are like,
I've spent tons of money.
Yeah.
That's why you get like a bunch of Steam accounts with like cheaper free games, and you just put one game on each of those accounts.
Now we know what John's doing.
I don't personally have any need to
I
do
cheat
that,
in
but
TF2. So.
Then you post videos of it.
Has there been any cheats in Blacklight yet, Jared? Because it's the Unreal Engine. I know it's pretty common back in the day for Unreal Engine games.
When I did play it a bit since 30 Days of Fight began, I've seen a lot of aimbotters. Yeah. I mean, not like every other game or anything like that, but it's been, when I would say for the first 4 months there, I don't know if I saw a single hacker.
Well, now that there's money that's connected to it, it's people are coming out pretty hard. But unfortunately for them, I've got a couple engineers that actually like to play this game of hunting down hackers and cheats and whatnot. We've been hacking and banning IPs, just everything that we need to do for it. It's been pretty interesting coming back from Germany, and I came back and they're like, "Hey, we banned 150 people in less than a day." It's like, whoa,
Wow.
okay, that's cool. I mean, it's a free to play, so of course you just make another, new whatever, but it still takes the other guy some money or some time, and there's it's interesting. You're always gonna have hacks no matter what.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a problem with the Unreal Engine because it's so pretty and it's like so easy to work with. But it seems like most of the games are plagued by hackers at some point. Like Unreal Tournament towards the end of its glory, like 2K4 was just a nightmare. It was terrible.
Well, I think what it really comes down to is it's used by so many people. I would have to say it's upward of 60% of the industry uses Unreal 3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the
It's
engines
crazy.
they don't really change that much. Like they're still the same engine at their core. So if you can develop a cheat for Unreal Tournament, the original, you can probably develop one for a UE3 game, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's ways to get around it. I mean, as long as you have, and that's the thing about DayZ versus a shipped game, where DayZ is Rocket and he's growing his team, and hopefully he'll have like 12 whole people in the next couple of months. It's still 12 people trying to make the game better and trying to connect and do all these great things. But it's he needs to hire 13 to combat all the scripters, and it will be really good, I think, when it goes to retail though, and that's the great thing. Is that's why I kind of uninstalled. Is like, okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna keep on getting angry about this game and kill it. Where I think when it comes back in a retail form or a downloadable form, it's gonna be just completely an amazing thing. It's one of those games where it's just really a water cooler games where you talk about it every day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's my reason for DayZ being so awesome, and I don't even play it much because I don't want to until it hits retail. Is that it's really the only game that I can tell you a complete story in. Like I can tell you a 20-minute story, and you can visualize that. Like you can't do that with a shooter. Like I shot this guy in the head 4 times. Like there's no emotion in that. Whereas with DayZ, like you can tell an emotional story.
Well, even a game that I consider one of the best games that's going to come out this year, which is Borderlands. You can go, oh, you're playing what point are you on? Oh, I'm at the giant spider something or other. Right. And that's it. It's not like, oh, I got to the giant spider and I did this, I did that, and then I moved. It's not like Skyrim.
Then I broke my leg and my friend made a cross-country trek to get morphine.
And then all of a sudden, Sea came and fucking shot me in the head for no reason.
What a dick. But yeah, that game is
buy aimbot for morning piss. That's a great idea.
I've probably logged maybe only 6 or 7 hours in DayZ, but all six or 7 hours have been intense and awesome and fun, and like I've ran into a hacker, but like we were saying, everything I've done in there I could like recount to you. You know what I mean? Like I'd be like, and then we spawned in and there was this guy and we had hatchets and he had a hatchet, and then before we knew it he had already killed us. And then Nick Fenton came and chopped his head off. And like that was the first 10 minutes of my DayZ experience right there. But it was I hope it gets better. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, unless Brandon removed it. Yeah, it's in there.
Unless I removed it. That's some vendetta against DayZ discussion.
But yeah, so that's cool. And I did say watch your little vlog that said you said there were a ton of Blacklight fans over there at Gamescom.
Yeah, it was weird. It was really weird. I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where I think this was the first convention that I was like video game famous, where I felt like John, and people were like, "Hey, Jared or Gerritzen or Papa Jared." It was just really fucking weird. Where like I was getting stopped and I didn't know what to do because I was hungover or drunk, and it was just really weird. It was really, really cool though, because they were so stoked on the game. It was awesome.
What, if you don't mind me asking, what's the ratio between like North America and Europe when it comes to player base? Like, where's it larger at?
So US is big. It's well, okay. So there's US. But we have the US servers are Canada, US, South America, Australia, UK, and then we have the EU, which is some of the UK, and then France, Germany, Sweden, Norway, and it's kind of 50-50, but it's a really weird one where I think Europe's going to be the bigger one. I mean, if you look at Counter-Strike, where it's huge still over there,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
I think that I'm not putting us against Counter-Strike because I love that game more than anything else, and that was the game that got me into the industry. But I think that the Counter-Strike players can instantly connect to Blacklight, which will be cool, and Europe's a really big factor. So.
Well, it seems like they do
that's
they
great,
do
man.
skill shooters over there a lot more than we do. US is like all Call of Duty-fied. And then you've got like 1.6 is still big over there. Pro Mod is still on life support over there. And Tribes is bigger over there. I know I've heard Bart say that, so, and that's again another skill shooter, so
what point do I get to tell you the Bart story?
are we talking about Tribes at all, Brandon? Maybe they can hear.
No, let's do this now. I want to hear this.
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's go with the Bart
Yeah, this sounds
Bart
good.
story.
All I know about is the amazing Twitter picture.
Exactly. So I was at the Twitch ESL party on Saturday, and it was funny because I recognized him, he recognized me, and we saw, and he came over and he's like, Jared. I was like, yeah, you're Bart, right? Or I called him Brett, honestly. And it was funny because he goes, why the fuck does everyone keep on congratulating me about Blacklight? And I said, so let me guess, is it all the KB assholes? Because they're a bunch of fucking dicks, right? And I had to go back to the story of you idiots not knowing how to say my last name and saying that I was on Tribes. And dude, it went even deeper because whenever Black Ops videos go out, I see a lot of you fucking KBMOD guys going, hey, David Vanderhaag, congratulations on the Blacklight 2 videos. And I saw David Vanderhaag the other night when I was there, and I said, hey, Dave, and he just thought I was a bearded fan or whatnot, and said, yeah, I'm Jared Gerritzen, I work on Blacklight, and he actually took a fucking step back. And it was just really funny. So thanks guys. You're just really shitting on me, fucking dickheads.
I will say that I may or may not have been one of the Black Ops 2 people.
You were. It was so funny. But I mean, the scary thing is those guys are getting crazy death threats, and I'm just happy making my cute little video game, and I don't have to worry about changing something and have people saying I'm going to kill you or whatnot. I mean, those guys are getting, man, it's big time. It's big time over there. It's crazy.
Jeez. So.
Good to hear that our influence spreads far and wide.
Yeah, good job.
When I saw that multiplayer trailer with the HRV and whatnot, I was just and the blast shield. I couldn't stop myself.
Well, thanks a lot, Dan. You scared.
I mean, that's when you really think about it, though. Like, the industry evolves that way. Like, HRV is a fucking brilliant idea, and when you came up with it, you knew that it was brilliant, and you knew that it would end up somewhere else. You have to know that.
I mean, yeah, it's like the first guy that did ADS.
Yeah.
And like, oh, if you press this button, the gun goes in front of your face. This is fucking awesome. Of course, everyone's gonna do it. So
yeah.
it's.
And I mean,
yeah.
It's an honor, I would think, as like being a developer. I would think that you'd feel honored that a game like Call of Duty would consider something similar to that. Like, that's awesome.
As long as I don't go down like Kill Switch, where those guys did the first cover-based game, and then Gears came out afterwards, and Gears became the first one to do cover.
Yeah.
That's all I care about. As long as people acknowledge my team and the game for doing the first one to do that, I'm totally fine with it.
All right, there you go, guys. My Black Ops controversy ended here. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break and then get into the news. I may restart the stream, so if it doesn't come up right away, that is why. Because apparently my connection, which is massive, is not handling things well.
I would say just keep it. It's all right.
I can hear
All right, guys.
I'm testing my
Short
speed
break.
just to make sure it's not mine, and I'm at 35, and I'm seeing a pixelated
Yes.
Dan, pixelated Brandon, a clear Hex, a pixelated Jared.
Everyone's clear for me.
I'm gonna grab a drink. I'll be right back.
Yeah, just keep it. Can't do a Twitch
'Cause
highlight from two different videos, so.
I'm doing a higher bitrate than normal, but not by much. I have 35 up. It shouldn't
It's not
be a
nearly
problem.
enough, Dan. Should have gone with 50-50.
I should have gone with 100 100 or whatever the big 300 100 or whatever the
Yeah,
huge
you definitely
ones.
need that.
Down
You got
just download
timestamp, right?
all of Steam. Yeah, I will. I do it after the commercial.
Okay.
Which I can still see is up. Wow, you got 2 Ben Kuchera articles on here? What are you trying to do?
That's
what are
why.
you trying to do?
That's why I said we can. The first one I want to talk about, but the second one we don't have to.
All right. We appear to
I
be
just
back.
wanted to annoy you.
We now interrupt your scheduled programming to bring you an urgent broadcast from the front lines of America.
So starting up with the news. So what's this first story here, Brandon? We got some sleeping dogs.
Yeah. So Hex said he'd been playing Sleeping Dogs. I haven't played it, but I've heard very good things. And I imagine one of the reasons for that is that they had a specific PC development team. Some of their team was working specifically on the PC version, and so it's funny because Square Enix you don't really think about as like a PC development studio, but they really put a lot of time into their PC version. And so there's a good article on Penny Arcade, the Penny Arcade report about how they've been really pleased with the success of Sleeping Dogs on the PC, and they feel like it's really like when they were developing for the PC, that like showing the people the PC version really was motivating them because they loved what they saw. So, all right, it motivates me to buy this game. It's maybe a Steam sale purchase for me, but really cool that they actually put the time and effort into making the PC version good. Because more often than not, it seems like we don't see that these days.
What strikes me the most about what I've seen of it is the lighting.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like lighting in games, people don't realize it, but the lighting that you show in your videos, like when you're trying to hype up your game, makes a huge difference. At least to me, but I'm gay, so.
No, it looks really good, and I know Blacklight Attack has endorsed it, and he said it's absolutely amazing, and he's got a lot of hours in it, I think, and it looks really good. It looks like GTA 4. He said it was like GTA but more serious and more story driven.
Yep.
Like it's less just running around doing whatever and more keeping on the missions.
I'm only I would say like 2 hours into it at this point, and the thing that really impressed me with it is there's not a lot of games right now with the console cycle that will tax a computer if you bump the spec up, but I can't run that game on high on my system. Like, I have to drop it to medium because John said, the lighting is really excellently done, and actually the thing that really got me with it is the weather effects are really, really well done for the PC. Like, the game opens in a really stormy scene, and you can, like, it makes a huge difference. It's a good game. It's a solid PC game where, like, a lot of games that are console games, like Darksiders 2 is a terrible port. It's horrible. There's like no options for graphics settings or anything
Dude,
like that.
there's resolution, dude. That's all you need.
Yeah, I didn't want to use anti-aliasing or anisotropic filtering or any of the things that my Crossfire setup could do.
You know what
I
you
just wanted to be
really
able to
need
set it
in-
to 80p.
What you really need in a successful PC game, particularly in FPS, is a fucking developer console.
And a field of vision slider.
Calling Jared. I remember asking Jared about why Blacklight.
You
I
don't
was
want
like,
to
can we get a dev? Can you give us a dev console? And he's like, why do you need a dev console? That was the answer. That was the answer. That was like early in beta. But yeah, Unreal allows a lot more than like Source, for instance, through that. So, or Quake.
I think the real question is, when is Blacklight going to come to Xbox Live?
Yeah, it's the real question.
The real
Project
question,
APL.
I guess.
APL is going to finance that.
Project APL. That's been codenamed already. One day, Project APL will grace every single console. I don't know. I mean, honestly, like Microsoft just announced their first free-to-play today, and meh, you know. Right now, we're having
That was my reaction to it as well.
Yeah, you saw it, right? It was just, oh, it's fucking stupid. It was just dumb, and they like every publisher, every single person that has a shitload of money is coming at every single developer to make a free to play right now, and the big thing really comes down to why are we doing it? Why would we want to work with you? And then, and it sucks. It sucks because everyone wants money. That's the whole big thing. Like, and being a dev that wants a gold-plated Lamborghini is really tough because you need to really fuck people over. And unfortunately, with Blacklight, we didn't do that. We didn't fuck people over as badly as we should have. And I apologize to each and every one of you because you really deserved to be fucked over by us. We did not do it. So, yeah. I mean, it used to be fun, but now it's all business. So expect us to just keep on putting out too much free shit in our game. Or better yet, the next game that's going to be even cheaper and it's going to be, easily less than it. I mean, the big thing that's really funny is games have been completely decimating movies, TV shows, and everything like that, and it's going to just keep on going. What would you rather do? Well, actually, YouTube and internet Twitch, even though they wear purple shirts, that's a cheaper form of entertainment than video games, and it's going to be a really interesting connection between everything in the next couple of years. I mean, right now there's stuff that we were going to talk about at PAX that I'm going to tell you guys just because I love you so much. But we're gonna get into esports. We're gonna get into more stream capable things, and it's going to be really interesting to see what happens the next couple of years. And there are big fucking companies, and I'll call them out, like the Call of Duties. They're going to always be it's like countries where you have the Americas and you have the smaller company, the countries where no matter what, they're going to be big. But it's all about coming at people with a little bit more interesting ideas or harder fan base and actually caring about it. Like, I'm not a community manager. That's the worst part about this whole thing is there's a lot of every company.
Yeah, but you talk a lot.
I do.
Essentially, you are.
Give me a fucking podcast.
You need a face when you're a development company, a game developer. You need a face for your company. It's either you, Andy, or Rick Leslie. Like you're the clear choice in the matter. So you're the community manager.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we actually hired on Colin Moore. I don't know if you guys have really dealt with him, but you'll meet him when you come up to PAX. But he's a community manager. He's worked all over the place. But really, the way that I see it is community managers, they say, oh, we're all about the fans, blah, blah, blah. But most people think community managers actually have a connection to the drive of the game. Like, I was watching a pretty high up there YouTuber that was announcing the new Treyarch community manager, or was it the Infinity? I don't fucking know. Anyways, he was saying, yeah, this is the person that takes all the community information and they bring it to the developer and they make the developer do it. Community managers don't make the developer do anything, and that's
the developer makes a community manager say something particular on Twitter.
And that's
R.I.P. Rabbit Bowling.
Well,
R.I.P.
Yeah, you got these guys that I am a community manager. I tell the developers what to do, and as soon as they walk in the room, every single guy rolls their eyes. And that's something that I want, like the fans, the hardcore audience to understand. Community managers are a mouthpiece for someone else. And I'm not a community manager whatsoever. And I'm not saying that so you're like, oh yeah, I'm the trust Blacklight. But the big thing is it's not the way people think it is, where you have a person that's talking. You hit up so and so 2020 that's like, oh hey, fix this. They're not going to be able to get that fixed. They're going to go to someone and say, hey, can you please get this fixed? Versus the David Vandahars that are actually they're on the ground, and that's the big difference. And I hope that more devs, like straight up devs, go out and start saying, hey, I'm gonna put myself out there. So it's a weird one. I mean, the community manager thing is needed because they need to be full time talking about stuff. But guys that are community managers that are like, oh yeah, we're here for the fans. Even though we don't play games, and if you were to talk to us about my favorite game ever, they don't even know because they worked at Nokia last year. It's just
yeah,
it's stupid. It's a fad, and it's this thing that people see other people doing, and they're gonna do it, and it's bullshit,
So basically, what you're saying is you can't fix my team viewer issue. Is that what?
I fucking said I'm gonna fix it when I'm done with this goddamn podcast.
No, I can't wait that long. I'm trying to play it right now. You're screwing things up, Jared. Come on.
Fix it now. It's done.
All right, great. Let me grab that patch.
Next patch.
Well, speaking
Go ahead.
Speaking of people who should not be mouthpieces for their company.
Oh shit! Did you just call me out on the podcast, Brandon? Fight me at PAX East next year.
I wasn't even referring to you, but
fight me anyways.
So Ubisoft, known for some of their more interesting claims about the state of PC piracy, the Ubisoft CEO, I don't know how to say his name, Yves Guillemot?
It's yes.
Yes. All right. Well.
Yes.
Anyway,
Really?
he says he made a claim that it sounds like Ubisoft is going to be taking the free-to-play direction, which, given what they think about piracy, is not really all that surprising. But what is surprising is that they say that there's a 93 to 95% piracy rate in the PC market. They're saying 19 out of 20 customers are illegitimate.
I would like to see some facts to back that up. Like,
well,
any
see, the
number at
problem
all.
with that is that there is no fact to back that up.
Oh.
My guess would be that it's under 5%.
No, I think the thing is you have to look at it globally. Globally, it's probably a lot bigger problem than it is even here in the U.S.
Yeah, Russia's like all pirated games.
And
Yeah,
China.
I mean, there's a lot of piracy, but I think it's absolutely absurd to say that it is 95% of the market. And the thing is, too, that as we know with Ubisoft, like, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You say it's 95% piracy, and then people end up pirating your games because they hate your company.
Yeah.
No lie, I will openly admit I've pirated their games because the PC ports are usually.
We do not
garbage.
support piracy on the KBMOD
We don't.
podcast.
KBMOD does not, but I don't support Ubisoft either. Like, they put bullshit, dumbass DRM on their games. They release sloppy, slipshot PC ports for games. So if you want to put time into your game, I will buy it on day one. If you don't want to make me be online to play it every time I want, if you want to let me have the game, if you don't want to lease me a game, then I'll buy it. But that is what Ubisoft does. They lease you one of their games. You can play it under their terms.
The thing that I hate, though, is that Ubisoft, like, you could have just come out and say, you know what, we think this free-to-play trend really help us get more revenue because it would reduce piracy, all this stuff. But no, instead, the actual quote is, on PC, it's only around 5 to 7% of the players who pay for free-to-play. But normally on PC, it's only about 5 to 7% who pay anyway. It's like you just basically slap the customers that you're trying to get to play your game, basically calling us all pirates.
That's what it is with Ubisoft, man. It doesn't matter if the game's a port or if they make me go through 10 layers of DRM and then take down the servers and all that shit. I don't really care. It's just, why open your mouth?
The attitude. It's the attitude. It's like, why are you trying to tell us, like, you're just, I don't know. Ubisoft, I don't think, gets public image. Like, they just don't understand that why would you continually say that, listen, none of you pay for our games anyway, so we're going to make a model that forces you to pay for our games.
They're going to adapt the free-to-play model, and the free part of the game is going to be like the menu and the options, and then you're going to have to pay.
I think, actually, they may have taken the same class on PR that David DiMartini from EA has.
Which office from Ubisoft did that come from, though?
Well, it's a French bro. So
okay, so there's multiple versions of French. There's Canadian French and regular French. So
he's the chairman and CEO.
Gomet, Ubisoft CEO.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean it's everyone's hemorrhaging, like massively hemorrhaging. Even Call of Duty and Activision. I mean, they're dealing with it too, and so they see this free-to-play model that comes out. And the scariest thing that I've been saying for years has been, people are gonna make you pay your $60. They're gonna make you pay your monthly subscription fees, and then they're gonna still drill you on your DLC or free-to-play mechanic. But also, worse yet, is they're gonna like connect your streaming, or they're gonna knock your YouTube channels or Twitch channels into a certain realm where you're gonna have to actually pay another deal to all of. I mean, because really the biggest thing is this new thing of torrents, which have been around for what, 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Are now they're like, wait, you can fucking just download this thing and everyone puts it out? Like, what? Is that why our sales have been so shitty? Like, I don't understand. And you could just burn it onto this disky thing, or what? You know, and it's these guys. Like I said, it goes back to business school. They go to business school to go and work at Nokia. Nokia kicks them out because they're too dumb. They go to the video game industry.
But the funny thing is, even when you go to business school, you understand the concept of goodwill and like the image that your brand has.
There's no goodwill when there's money involved.
Yeah,
that's the sad part. I mean, really, when
look at Apple and Samsung right now. That's all. I'm gonna say.
No, please, can we not talk about that? That's such a bad.
That is not on the topic list.
Well, let me ask you this, Jared. Since you are in the free-to-play realm, you're a big game developer now for the free-to-play stuff.
I'm a medium-sized.
You're a medium-sized dev studio at this point. Zombie makes some good games, and you have a new game coming out, which we're going to talk about a little later. But one of the things that, in my opinion, hurts the industry at this point is a complete and total lack of innovation. Like, no publisher is willing to take a bet on a game that isn't Call of Duty 6 or Prototype 7 or whatever. Like, they have to iterate. They have to return their investment because the dev costs are so high. Now, you guys
Prototype 7 would have been canceled.
Yeah, it would have been. Prototype
but...
2 developers already dead.
Well, and that's the craziest part is, and I get what you're saying, where here's the way the industry used to be is there were, and I'm glad there's video now. There used to be like it was a realm like $1 million and then $30 million, and what's happened is all of the money has gone away, and so now there's just two different realms where it's super low and then super high.
Right.
And the super high, if they even fault a little bit, the game gets shot out of the cannon, and the company goes away. I mean, fuck, Zipper, one of the biggest companies, like the company that was around when I was getting into games, that, you know, I saw Crimson Skies and I was fucking stoked on that game.
Oh yeah,
That
great
game's
game.
Gone. That game's fucking that company is gone.
Oh yeah.
And there's all these great companies that have been sucked up. There's the ids that got eaten by Bethesda. You know, that was probably a great idea for the guys that have been around for a while, but like it's really weird where, you know, I found myself in a truly independent studio that people don't even think like, oh yeah, Zombie, well, you're not indie because you have a publisher, but really you go, okay, well, what's indie? Well, you know, Mojang, who
Yeah, but are they even indie anymore? I mean, $33 million on one game.
Who then got published by Microsoft.
Right. That's not
You
even
know?
an indie studio anymore.
But
And I guess what's most interesting about Zombie at this point is like with BLR, you guys have a fantastic game, and I honestly would rather play that than any of the other shooters, aside from maybe Tribes at this point. Sorry. But like you're not reinventing the wheel. You're taking a known formula.
That's the thing. Like, yes, exactly. But you know, it is and I've been told by numerous people like your game is good.
Yeah.
But
it's a great game.
It's not going to that next level. But in the fact that this game cost a tenth of what most cost to do the exact same level of this, I consider that a massive, you know, thing where okay, so we did that with Tango Down. You know, Tango Down was essentially like here's this first thing. We got everything connected. We got the mechanics to work. We got everything dialed in. Okay.
And then you iterated on it.
Publisher, we left that publisher, went to Perfect World, and now it's like, okay, let's dial it in. Let's go with this. You know, and keep on iterating. And that's the thing. That's the best part is what this studio is doing with 20 some odd people is what most studios need to do with 50 to 100.
Well, do you think that's what a company like Activision or EA is looking at right now and seeing like this is the threat? Like this is where our biggest challenge is. Like we've got studios like Hi-Rez, or we've got studios like Zombie, where you're making a game. Like in my opinion, BLR is as quality as Call of Duty 4 is. That was a game that was huge. It was revolutionary. It really took. I mean, Dan still fucking plays COD 4. So when you have a player base,
that was the last FPS to change anything.
Yeah, so like now you've got BLR, and I mean, is it inspiring for you as someone who's doing this free-to-play game that's successful, and now Dan talked about this earlier, but with Black Ops 2 coming out, there you can see elements of your game that maybe inspired Black Ops 2, or they saw, okay, this works well, and we have a player base that's driven and they're really dedicated for this game. So how can we take the things that Zombie is doing and iterate them into a franchise that's as huge as Call of Duty, when you know that's got $1 billion dev cost, and they're going to recoup that cost, but not every studio is that lucky.
Yeah, and honestly, if I mean it's like what John was saying, the HRV thing, where we literally just thought of this crazy game mechanic, and it was just, hey, let's legalize wall hack. Let's give everyone it. And, you know, it's not just Call of Duty. It's now Halo, you know?
Yeah.
You got Halo doing it. And that's pretty awesome.
Do you see that as a way to, like, instead of adding extra layers of DRM or whatever to combat hackers, like, you know, wall hacking already exists, so if you make it a sanctioned way to play your game, like here, we'll give you that feature, okay? It's right here for you. It's limited, but it eliminates that element of like, oh, I need to hack that shit.
Well, it does. I mean, we fight wall hacks all the time, but we also allowed that to happen. But it was less of a combatant way to fight hackers, but it was also a way to
increase the skill ceiling exponentially.
Well, kill all the campers, kill all the schmucks that are just sitting in corners. The big thing was it made your combat, like my normal combat situation was, okay, I'm gonna run this beeline, and I'm going to wait to X point and have guys run by, shoot them in the back, and then keep on going. And what Blacklight allows is, I've got constant awareness of my combat space where I'm able to constantly know where people are. And I honestly hope that more, I really do. I hope that bigger games take that mechanic because it's a good fucking mechanic. It's ADS where, I don't want people to be like, oh my God, I never saw this. I never thought of this. And I'm going to go and shit on them. It's game mechanics. It's like making a new guitar riff, right? You figure out something new in this industry that drives people, and then it fucking keeps on going.
Everybody wants to know how to
really
play Sweet
cool.
Child of Mine.
Yeah, well, I hope that HRV is a stairway to heaven, honestly. But
there you go. Exactly. That is the best acronym you could have possibly used.
There you go. Every young game developer goes HRV and game done. But really, I mean, it's a new growing. I mean, the game industry is nowhere near where the movie industry is, where anything else is, and it's really awesome because it's evolving so much. Where you have all these people that are getting super stoked on games and getting driven onto it. Where you have all this.
John has started playing
There you
guitar.
go.
If you're
Oh
listening.
no! Now we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this shit live.
No.
Bust out that
All
Sweet Child of Mine.
So
yeah, but I mean, it's really cool. I'm really stoked to see what Zombie's doing, and not only that, but the next games that are really really fucking cool. And our team's getting it's kind of like this train. It took us some while to move, and now we're gonna keep on going. It's really awesome, and it's great. I mean, I'm gonna absolutely give shouts to the high res guys because they're fucking doing what we're doing, where it's a bunch of guys that got together and they really believe in what they're doing. And I mean, Smite's fucking amazing. Tribes is Tribes. I'm not gonna bag on them for doing Tribes again, but Tribes was a fucking great game. It could have been way worse. They could have done, the last Tribes, and it could have just been complete poo. But it's a great, it's a fun game.
Certainly better than the last one.
Tribes Vengeance is an excellent game. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna stab you when I see you.
Wow! Oh my God! I have to hide. Bye.
And I'm gonna shave your beard off, and I'm gonna duck it into my beard.
Well, I think it's clear that the larger companies are taking note, but it's unfortunate that they don't do it with the same level of tact that you and the high-res guys do. But we got to move on. So next, in something else that I think will be interesting to Gerritzen and his Maxim, we have an overclockable power supply from EVGA. Now, I've never heard of something like this before. That's the only reason we have it on here. But EVGA is apparently launching in a 1,500 watt power supply.
Which
and
is because you're going to use that, obviously, to
can,
power a car or something.
It's like not only is it 1,500 watts, but you can actually crank up the maximum output another 150 watts, I guess making it a 1,650 watt power supply.
Okay. This is the most useful item EVGA has ever made.
I just
John,
don't.
Why, John?
Why what?
You were spouting off all your hardware knowledge. Why would anyone need this much energy?
Because their internet penis is very important. That's why you need good PC hardware. Why do I have a second 680 in my machine? Why is that there?
Because you're an asshole, John.
I don't know. I don't know why I have it.
I legitimately don't know.
Well, I know I have it so when people ask me what my specs are, I can put 2x 680s. That's why I have it, and that's why somebody will have this power supply.
It's cheaper.
So they can tell somebody they have that power supply.
That's why I have 2 solid states in a RAID. Literally, like, I run a solid state RAID 0. Nothing important.
Only 2? That's adorable.
Yeah,
God damn
I
it.
need a new solid state.
Your
Somebody get
beard's
me
less than an inch too, right?
You know what? I'm now gonna stab you when I see you.
Well, I think I was trying to figure out why anyone would ever need something like this, but I did look, and they're backing it with a 10-year warranty.
Wow.
So I was talking to Dan. I could actually see someone buying this like as an investment, because you're never going to need more than 1,500 watts. But if it's an EVGA product and it's got a 10-year warranty, you're basically buying your power supply for the next 10 years.
Oh yeah.
I feel like
It's gonna be
it has a 10-year warranty because it's just a 1,650 watt power supply just locked down.
Well, the thing is, with all of the everything's moving to lower power consumption. The Ivy Bridge will drop
that's what I
power.
don't-
The video cards, the 6 series GTX cards
You
all
run
drop
two
power.
680s on 750 watts nowadays.
Yeah, like I
You
have
could
a
run fucking
Corsair.
4 or
You can
5
run 4 or
690s
5
on that power supply.
It's retarded, dude. It makes no sense.
You could run fucking like 950, 970s on that thing.
I think you can
I
actually run as many cards as you could physically fit in your full tower case. You would run out of physical space before you would run out of power supply. A lot of
Well,
The only way that that's going to work is or you would ever even need that, is if you are one of those crazy people that's going to run quad SLI with 690s. And if you have that much money, who gives a shit?
I don't think you'd need 1,650 watts for that.
See this? We got this article
But do you
from
think they
Maximum
might
PC.
know something that we don't know? Like that there's a new trend of
There's a
cooking
new
up
GPU coming
project
out, and it's going to take
something.
1,650 watts. This new GPU.
The GTX
It sounds like Brandon's car when you turn it on.
It's a GPU / coffee maker. I mean, it needs to warm up a skillet or
Maybe that's
rice
it. Maybe
cooker.
what they don't
Rice
tell you
cooker.
about this is on the back of the power supply, there's actually a surge protector that comes out, so you can plug in your coffee pot and your hot plate, and you can never leave
That
your
was
desk.
legit, actually.
Then
Yeah.
I'm in. I'll take 2.
It's for
Well,
all
this
of your
is
USB power
this is
peripherals.
something you got to do though. Anytime you mention an EVGA product, EVGA is the best fucking PC component there on Earth. Nobody
Yeah.
tops EVGA for anything.
They make great
Nothing.
stuff.
Yeah,
Seriously,
actually,
nothing.
if it would have been
Shit.
someone besides EVGA making this, it might not have been newsworthy enough to talk about. But
Yes.
EVGA is that good.
So KBMOD covers rumors. Is that what you're saying?
Only, exclusively.
Yeah. Fuck.
I love-
Exclusively rumors.
I love this quote in here because this is from Maximum PC, who are supposedly crazy PC guys. We're crazy enough to appreciate a feature like that, even if it's probably not practical 99% of the time.
That's how
But
PC gamers are though.
But
Nothing
it's
is
that
practical.
1% that excites us. That's what the quote. It's true.
It's so that
Nothing
when you
is-
write down your PC specs, you can put next to your PSU overclocked by 150 watts. That's why you would buy it.
Like Dan, for instance, you building a new PC and like around tax season, like you said, it's really not practical because you can still run everything.
Oh yeah.
But practical is not good enough for the majority of PC gamers.
No, I need Haswell and everything else is gonna come out.
you need to have the best stuff, and that's just
I need
kind
to
of
run
where
at
we are.
least 6 copies of Blacklight at once.
Right.
Poor
Sounds
PC gamers will find a way to have a good
So-
machine.
In other
So-
news, Incredible Orb has bought the first 1,500 watt power
Yeah,
supply.
Incredible Orb got it. You know he did too. God, if anyone follows Orb, every day he has a problem with a stream, that guy fucking will buy a new component.
Yep.
He'll be like, you know what? It's the fault of this graphics card. I need a better one. So next up, we have this awesome interview, which I'll link in the chat right now. If you guys did not read it, if you're into DayZ, you'll love this. Even if you're not, if you just want to learn a little bit about development or about how 6 guys make DayZ, basically. This interview is awesome with Dean Rocket Hall, basically talking about the future of DayZ and what they want to do, because a lot of people were scared about them dumbing it down for standalone release and scared about what the mod will do. But right now they want to continue to update the mod, so if you're scared you blew like $30 on Arma 2 or whatever, because who plays Arma? Who plays the actual
Dude, no,
game
dude,
now?
I spent a night going into Arma servers.
How was that?
What did you-
Dude, Dude, if you get in as a game starts and you all spawn near each other, if you shoot a rocket launcher at the ground, all of your teammates die and they blow up and they fly across the map. They'll literally fly like 400 yards. So what you do is you sit there with your rocket launcher and you just keep killing your team over and over and launching them into the air. It's a great time.
And
John,
you twitch
I
off.
got $30 in entertainment just from the one day of doing that. And it was only I only did it for like 15 minutes, and that was worth $30.
And the thing is, too, you know that the guys that play Arma are like the serious type players that are going to get doubly annoyed by people doing
They were pretty mad, yeah.
Yeah, there's a bounty on John's head now.
Yeah.
An actual professional sniper is coming after you.
They didn't enjoy that game.
There's a train full of because they don't have cars, and they're coming from the Midwest just to come to San Francisco to find John right now. So yeah.
So there's a lot of good quotes in here and a lot of stuff actually that Jared touched on when we were talking about, the business. He has a lot of good quotes about that because I guess Bohemia is kind of letting him do what he wants, really.
Good, because I'll tell you this much. E3, that dude could have gotten fucking sucked by so many publishers. I had so many guys that I knew that were in the industry because of the Nanners videos that we did, coming to me asking if I knew who Rocket was. And he was getting chased by so many fucking publishers. And it's crazy. It was like the Hawken of last year. Hawken was the same thing, and this year it was DayZ. And man, I think he did the right thing. I think that him not signing and him doing his own, Mojang type of deal, good for him. I mean, seriously, that guy.
And the best thing about Rocket is he could spend all of his time talking to these larger gaming media outlets or these developers, and he would rather have the creatures come in the booth and do an interview with them instead.
Yeah.
The guy's really about his game and the community.
Yeah. No, it's really, really cool to see someone keeping it truly, truly indie. I've always told everyone that this is like the Nirvana Bleach album, where it was very raw, and I don't want him to be the Kurt Cobain. I don't want him to kill himself. But,
well, obviously,
but I mean, really, it's really cool to see what he's done, and to see so many people really glom onto it, and that's the really cool thing about what he did was he took really. I mean, honestly, Arma was kind of it was shit.
It's not for everybody. I can't say
the engine's sloppy, dude. The engine is so sloppy.
I don't think anybody here can say Arma 2 is a bad game because it's not developed around people or around like gamers like us.
People who want to play a fun game.
I feel like somebody who was in like World War II and was like 60 years old who has no reflexes at all anymore but really loves that war shit would probably love Arma.
Yeah.
Me, I don't like that. I don't like it.
It is a hardcore simulator, and it's just people that
it's very niche.
It's extremely niche. It's extremely niche.
Yeah.
But he took lemons and he made lemonade out of lemons. I mean, it's just like he was working at the Arma group. He was apparently a contractor or some shit. And he added zombies and some insane idea. And look at what he did. He increased their sales by what, like 500%?
I bought that game specifically for DayZ.
Dude,
yeah. So did everybody else.
So did 90. I would say
95
they probably sold 95% of their copies over the course of the game's lifespan.
Yeah.
Just because.
I think he's probably got a pretty long leash at Bohemia right now.
Well, that game is going to let them do like Arma 3 or a standalone DayZ. That is what's going to let them fund that game.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love this. I think this is a quote from him. I think anyone who works in the PC development market, they really don't know what a crappy life is until you're trying to make licensed movie games on a console. So I've dealt with game executives before, and a lot of those game executives, they don't care about games at all. They've gotten to their positions by being good businessmen, and that's what makes them keep their companies afloat. So if they saw that DayZ could be run as some kind of dumbed down, maybe single player or some other kind of experience, they would have latched onto that and said, let's attach a license to it. Maybe they'd even offered me a lot of money, and maybe I would have sold out and gone that way. So I wanted the message to be very, very clear that this is what the DayZ experience looks like, and this is the DayZ experience are going behind, so that we can see that. And that's happened now. So he's basically saying, it's never gonna be
He's gonna keep
that.
it real, and he's never gonna sell out, which is awesome. And I fucking hope to God it doesn't blow up in his face.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Like, I don't know what I would do if I did an indie game that went crazy. I mean, honestly, like, Notch and this guy are going to go into the stratosphere of something interesting. But fuck, man. I mean, what would you guys do? I mean, that he's showing some serious intestinal fortitude by not jumping, because I know multiple publishers that were coming after this guy, and
I think he's saying all the right things. I think you're right. It's like can he
the
keep
scary
that?
thing is, can he do it? Can he do it with 6 or 7 guys versus fucking selling out and doing his Nevermind album and and
Wow.
and going big? Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna throw it down. Like, the guy's fucking awesome. He says the right things, but you know, is the retail version going to be able to withstand the hackers, the scripters that most people uninstall the game for? So,
And he said,
"Fuck, man, I
go
would
ahead,
make
Brandon.
splash screens for that guy. I'll do shit. Like, put me to work, Rocket."
I don't know. I mean, from what he's said and like the statements he's making to the community, like you said with Notch did the same. Like, he had that option to go any place he wanted. Like, he could have gone to Valve, he could have gone to wherever, but he decided, I'm going to do this on a small scale. Like, it's me and 5 other guys. And obviously, Arma is a way more complicated game than Minecraft is, but I think that paradigm still applies. Like, he can pick the people he wants to work on his game. He can keep creative control over it. He can make sure that he's involved in the community. And I think that'll pay off for him in the long run, because of all communities, PC gamers are the ones that will get behind somebody. Like,
well, they'll tear you apart, or they'll
or they'll tell you, "Thank Christ, you are the savior of PC gaming." Like, this is why we're here.
I think because now he is going to have the ability to make it into a standalone game. I think if I'm him and I have all this passion about the game, but it's like you're constantly running into roadblocks with things that you can't do because you're stuck in that engine and you just can't modify certain things. If I were him, I mean, I can definitely see the temptation to sell out and do it big, but at the same time, he also knows now that he is going to have, like you said, the creative control over it. They're already basically a success. I think that DayZ going standalone, if they can keep the passion that it's clear they had for developing the mod, I think that DayZ going standalone could be the best thing that happens to it. Because that's honestly the worst thing about DayZ is the fact that it's on Arma right now. That's the only thing holding it back.
But it's going to be stuck on Arma, because I guarantee you that the Bikima guys said, "Stay, we'll give you X% of whatever, and do DayZ for keep on driving Arma 2, so we get money for Arma 3. When Arma 3 comes out, we'll make DayZ, blah." I mean, it's as amazing as, like, "Oh, he's not leaving, blah 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 blah, he's not going to do it." It's because, hey, come do DayZ on the Unreal Engine. Okay, how hard is that? Oh, you don't know the Unreal Engine? No. Well, it's going to be really hard.
Engine.
Yeah, but I mean, really, I've had people say, "Well, how hard is DayZ to make?" Extremely hard, because he took an Arma map. He took Arma, that map that everyone plays DayZ on is an Arma map. What he did was he wrote, add zombies into world. In this area, add zombies. In this area, add loot. And, I'm not trying to downplay what he did, but what he did was he took it. He made a fucking mod. It's like Counter-Strike, where, here's Half-Life, here's Counter-Strike, and look at what it became.
Hopefully that can play to their advantage, though, because now they have that pretty deep knowledge of the Arma engine. There's probably just things that they're limited because they're not a standalone game.
Right.
So if they can work off of that base engine.
The team right now, the deal right now with Bohemia, at least according to this interview, is there's basically 6 guys working on DayZ. Like, as far as programming and like getting rid of bugs, but Bohemia said you can basically take our map guys, and be like, hey, can you work on this? Or our graphics guys, can you work on this?
Right.
All that stuff. They're doing all the nitty gritty of actually making the game work. And then Bohemia is like, well, you can, so it's kind of more of an open environment that way. And as far as people, because he's heard obviously a lot of people, just like Jared said, you uninstalled the game because it's like quite broken right now. So in this interview, these interviews are huge that he's doing with PC Gamer
Why
too.
don't you
they're
guys
not
hit him
short.
up? You're one of the smallest blogcasts in the world.
Wow, thanks.
Yeah.
I guess.
None of you
Not sure
fuckers
if that was a
play Blacklight,
compliment
so
or
go
not.
fuck yourself. No, why have you guys reached out to him? Really, it's not that hard to meet him. He'll probably be at PAX. Just wear lip gloss, Dan.
Probably will.
Dan should wear stilts if he
Sage
wants to
advice.
be taken seriously. Anyway.
Yeah, he won't be able to see me. But but he said,
you're very sexy in real life.
thank you.
You've got really soft, small hands, and
Save it for the
shave,
post-show, gentlemen.
shave really tight, wear lip gloss and a schoolgirl uniform, and he'll be stoked.
He can borrow mine.
I'll
It's perfect.
I'll cosplay.
Boom, done.
So he basically said, the PC Gamer guy asked him to close out the interview. Well, people said, well, I played DayZ and I liked it, but there are all these issues, so I'll just come back later when it's ready. And he's like, no, that's great, and it creates a unique problem for us. A lot of the decisions I have to make, sometimes you can end up second-guessing yourself. We just have to try and push forward and see where we're going. I think the key is just trying to be honest with people. Thank you. Which is why it's so easy to do these interviews, because you can just say what's on your mind. Thank you very much. See, that's all we want.
Yeah. And here's the deal. It's because he doesn't. It fucking sucks, man. This industry is getting really, really weird. Where if I were to not be at Zombie, if I were to be at a subsidiary-owned company that had investors and whatnot, they would be freaking the fuck out by me even getting on a podcast. That's the really wild part. It's Rocket is he can say what he wants to say because he's not shackled, and I get to say what I want to say because my CEO believes in what I'm saying. And it's really weird where you have all these game devs that cannot say, like, man, I know bigger assholes that work for Bungie than me, and they say crazier stuff, but they cannot say it. And so it's really cool that Rocket's able to do this, and he keeps it indie, and as well as Notch, as well as whomever else that comes out in the indie scene, where they can say what they want to say versus oh no, I can't say that because my PR, whomever, blah blah blah, people like my wife, lock them down. Sorry, Shannon, I love you.
So, next up here, we're going to take a quick break, guys, and then we're actually going to talk to Jared about a game that he makes. I know. It's weird.
They do.
Weird Simulator 2012.
Yeah.
So,
Shut up.
we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. I'm going to go get a glass of water real quick.
I love you. What kind of beer are you drinking there, Jared? Bud Light?
A lot. I'm drinking a lot.
A lot is the kind.
Yeah. Moose Rule IPA. It's a.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I've drank a lot of it. Oh fuck. So everyone but Hex is coming.
Yeah, I can't fly out there. I just don't have the money right now.
Is Fenton coming up?
No.
No.
Oh, thank God.
He spent all his money to go to LA like 3 times in a month.
Are they fucking?
Yeah.
Discreetly. Or
You
not
said that with such
discreetly.
sincerity, like you really were wondering.
No, I. Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Are you
That's the
coming to
answer.
PAX East next year, Gerritzen?
Of course I am.
He goes to everything.
Next
Dude.
year I will be at PAX East, and then you can stab me, and I can try to stab you.
Knife fight at the.
Night Fight is really kicking the PAX fights up a notch.
Fight me
here.
at PAX East. 1v1 me, bro.
I just want to start a knife fight party at every.
I don't think that's a party. That's called a massacre.
No, it's just knife fight party, and it's like what was it? Police Academy 3, where Bobcat Goldthwait and Mahoney fought. For you kids, for all of you, there you go. That just shows how fucking old I am.
I'm the other old guy, and I've seen that movie.
Yeah. Amazing.
All right.
Like,
All right, guys. So
Boom.
now we're going to talk about this crazy Special Forces thing that Jared's making. It's Special Forces TeamX, which is it going to be playable at PAX? We're going to get to.
Yeah. It'll be playable at PAX. It won't be at our booth because we're going to have Blacklight there. It'll be at our PAX party, which will be on Saturday night. And sorry, I'm stuttering like our producer. It'll be on Saturday, and anyone that has a PAX badge, unless they're wearing a KBMOD shirt, can get in free. So, it's actually it's going to be really cool. It's a really cool game. It was one of those projects that we took on, and honestly, it turned out fucking awesome. It's super stylized. What we went for is like the super, like a stylized violence type of thing where, people go, it looks like Borderlands. Well, yeah, because it's using cartoon shaders, and so it should, because
Love that.
that's a great game, and it's a really cool thing where we went for this cartoon style ultra-violence where it's just very simple. It's a casual core game. It's not like Blacklight where you have to take a science class to play in some sense where, like, what are these node things and all this other stuff? It's like I get into I play the game and I shoot stuff, I unlock things, I keep on playing and so on. But the cool thing about it is something that I really, I hope that this becomes our next version of HRV where we really want to, just put our hat on something new, any game that we put out, which is, I'm very, very proud that Zombie does this, is we try to get something new that is not so much like new for the sake of new, but new because we're like, oh, this is really cool. But what we did was a tile system where it's not the exact same map over and over again, where you have 6 maps. Oh, here's 6 maps. What we did was we have 3 tiles that interchange with each other, and there's 9 of them off the bat, and they intermix in the map itself. So it's really kind of a cool new thing where you can play the same beginning tile, but the middle tile and the end tile are totally different. And so that was the big thing that we were trying to change up in the industry, where it makes those maps constantly fluctuating, where you don't go, oh, this is the exact same map over and over and over again, or this is my favorite thing, so I'm going to keep on going. Where you have people go, oh, fuck this map, I hate this map, where it's constantly a flux. And I'm honestly really happy how it came out. It's really, really cool. The art style's really nice. It's very different, and it's awesome. I'm really stoked to see how such a small team, and this goes back to the small team thing, where this was a smaller team than the Blacklight team. with
Wow, really?
an even shorter amount of time. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say when did development start? Or
Uh, it was not in development when I spoke to you guys last. I'll tell you that much.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
like April.
Someone in our chat talked about this. And I personally agree. I see where the Borderlands parallel comes from, but I see a little more of the 13.
It's called cell shading.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, you can go,
It's
hey,
what it
look
I
is.
at
see
this.
Wind Waker in this.
It's an M4. Oh, that's Call of Duty. What? Like,
Well,
it's
yeah.
just absurd. Like, people go, it's easy for the simple-minded people to go, and yeah, I'm fucking calling you simple-minded if you think that it looks like Borderlands.
Fuck the fans.
It's-
This is the fuck KB mod moment right
Yeah.
here.
If you see something and it looks familiar, but it doesn't seem the exact same, you throw it out. It's like, oh, that's a car with 4 wheels. That's a fucking Mustang. You guys are fucking nuts. That's been
Well,
years.
I
How
wanted to
dare
ask
you?
this because I asked you on Twitter, but this was a while ago, and I doubt you even saw it. I remember what? Whoa! Wow! Great, cool. You're a great guy, bro. In the words of APL Fisher, great.
Bro,
You're a
but
great guy.
bigger beard.
I'm trying. I'm trying so hard. When I watched you on G4 with your interview there, and you specifically said that you took the time and the money and all the resources to license the actual weapon models for this upcoming game. So I know that especially with the media here in America, we make that a big deal. Like, are you worried that they're going to come after you because, like, oh yeah, the actual gun, even if it's cartoon style, like, do you think they're going to come after you and say, like, yeah, oh, this shooting happened and it was totally Jared Gerritsen's fault?
Dude, I would love that. Imagine me on CNN.
I am.
Oh, that would
I mean,
be.
I think
that'd be better than Nick Fenton on morning NBC.
Yeah, you and Wolf Blitzer. Wolf Blitzer's got he's got a gray beard. It's a silver beard, but I think you two should make out on air on CNN.
I would wear him as my beard. No, really, it was one of those things where it was this connection where it's like, oh, we can license these. So it's like, here's this license deal with guns, which doesn't happen. I heard back like 2 years ago, H&K was suing people because it said H&K MP5. And it was one of those things where it kind of dropped in our laps, and we're like, okay, let's do it. That sounds cool. If some fucking dipshit shoots up his school, number one, I hope the cops shoot him as he comes out and then rapes him.
In that order?
I should not have said that. It's terrible.
Yeah, maybe.
No, I'm down.
It's terrible. It's terrible. But like, guns do not make people shoot people.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. But like,
it's just they're just, it's fucking retarded. Like, why?
it is.
Like, I've got a wall of guns, and not once have I thought about killing. Well, I have thought about killing Nick Fenton. But
You can't quit. You can't.
Who has
Can
it,
you quick
really?
scope though? Can you
no,
quick scope?
I can't. Well, no. But
all I'm saying is our media has a tendency to sensationalize these kind of things. So they'll take, oh, this happened, and it's a terrible tragedy, but oh, it turns out that Timmy, who just killed 46 people in his high school, played, Special Forces TeamX, and they licensed real guns, and he happened to have one of those same guns.
But
This is
here's the
probably
thing.
Zombie's problem.
I think though that where you guys have probably made a good decision is like you have the gun licensing and stuff, but you have the style shading and kind of the over the top like violent stuff. It's like no one should be taking this kind of stuff seriously. Yeah, I mean,
should and will are two different things.
Nobody should take Jared. Nobody should take your fucking game seriously.
No one should take me seriously.
No one does at all.
I mean, come on. Look at this beard. I grow this for comic relief more than anything else. It's like hand's height.
Wow.
I only say it because I love you.
I know. No,
I mean, really, it's so weird that I mean, really, that fucking dipshit that shot up the Batman the Batman movie theater. If they found Call of Duty in his house, the day that I heard about it, I was like, oh fuck, please don't find any video games. And I was watching in the airport. It's like, we found video games and and he plays Guitar Hero. Like, awesome. Thank fucking God. Like, if they found Call of Duty,
That would be it.
God, we would have been fucked. It would have been.
But now that's going to go back to heavy metal.
Well,
It promotes violence. Like,
well, heavy metal is terrible. It does. I kill people because of that. Because
I only listen to dubstep.
Well,
I want to kill you because of that.
So back to the game, real quick.
Sorry.
Right, that's right.
I'm taking this podcast in weird directions, and I apologize.
So, on G4, you said that it's coming out this summer, so it's coming out quickly, I would assume.
Hypothetically.
Right,
and we'll confirm right now, everyone watching the podcast will get it for free. That's KBMOD only reports on rumors, and that is
confirmed. Wait, hold on. That's
Speaking
7.
Of that.
That's 13 people. Yes.
That includes the 4 of us that are on here.
We'll give you 13 codes. Absolutely.
So, but you did tell me that it's not going to be free to play this time around, though.
No.
Okay. Is there any microtransactions though? Like with?
No, we're actually putting out a real live game, and that's the thing. Like, I don't want people to think that we're only free to play.
I'm unfollowing right
now. No, I know. I actually thought there was probably going to be cosmetic.
No,
microtransactions.
Not at all. It's actually just going to be and right now we're aiming to make it below the normal XBLA prices as well. So it's
$58.99.
Do what?
$58.99.
$23.38.
So, but it looks really cool. Are there another thing from the gameplay video in there? It looked like probably wrong. It looked like there's like sort of kill streaks. Maybe I saw like a guy call in like an airstrike, or maybe I'm crazy.
No, those are power-ups.
Power-ups. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be dumb.
Is there a tactical nuke or Moab?
No, nor are there attack dogs.
All right,
well, shitty game.
Out.
Why am I even talking about this?
Yeah.
What don't you understand that in Afghanistan there are wild dogs everywhere?
Everywhere.
That you can just call in. You just call them in, and they just come. No matter where you are, the dogs just come.
Yeah. Well, no.
This has been.
Does the game have a lag compensation?
Well, no.
Is it so you have talented engineering? Okay.
No. Come on, give me a fucking break. We've been putting out Blacklight for how long? What do you think we're gonna put out the game with? What, John?
This is gonna be Halo, right?
Peer-to-peer connections.
Huh?
Peer-to-peer lobbies. Yes.
Only matchmaking, just nothing but matchmaking.
It's actually just the Modern Warfare 3 matchmaking screen. It's taken and put in.
Fuck you guys.
No, but
50 minutes.
FPS
Fucks.
So so what kind of player size are we looking at in this one? Just AV8 again, or smaller, or? Wow, he's dead. He's done. Either that or we're lagged.
No, Gerritzen just said.
Fucking idiot. What?
So, Jared, I know this game looks to have a pretty different feel than Blacklight, obviously. As far as the development, you guys, I think you said you're not going to have any sort of beta period for this game. How has the development for this game differed from Blacklight?
A lot of it has been on our like previous games that we've been working on. Not only Blacklight Retribution, but Tango Down, and all the other games prior to that. So a lot of the systems where, I mean, last week there was a massive hole that I was honestly surprised that, or actually 2 weeks ago, that we didn't have, or a gameplay that was kind of a standard, that we then put a lot of our guys onto, because of our experience with Tango Down. But also with this, it's the idea is to be a lot more casual and a lot less. We want to make it so you can pick it up and play. You can get into it if you want. It's not going to be one of those games where it has this massive skill smash where you have a guy that's been playing for X days, months, whatever, and a new guy comes in that can't hang with it, because it's third person really, so it's kind of like where you have it's true skill is the way that I see it, where if you jump into Blacklight and you go up against Zero,
you're gonna die.
You're gonna fucking die. It's
immediately.
You need to really stay. Blacklight is one of those games where you need to stay in the shallow pond to learn all of the things. You need to get into the customization. You need to get into skill tree. You need to get or I'm sorry, not skill tree, but the nodes. You need to build your perfect situation, versus Special Forces, where you can get in and it's true skill almost straight off the bat. There are guns that are different, but they're not. It's not like level 30 is an amazingly better gun than the beginning system, and it's more cosmetic. It should be kind of like the way that we're seeing is this stylized violence, very simple casual core game, where people don't need to be super invested into it. But if you get into it, you'll have a lot of fun with it, and it's not supposed to be that free to play circle where everyone's getting, you need to get super deep into it. We're gonna be releasing this game before Black Ops. It's gonna be a pretty interesting year, right? You got Black Ops, Halo,
probably Battlefield 4.
Battlefield 13. You got all these other games. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in January, February with the entire shooter landscape. Mm-hmm. And I'm really proud of it. It's a really fun game. It's kind of like for the Gears of War fans that got into Gears and really like the cover-based system, or really the big thing when we first started working on this, I was really leaning towards the kill switch kind of cover base. That Gears is a little bit more floaty, and kill switch was a lot more precise and a little bit more deadly.
I think the most important question though, is it going to have day one DLC?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah. We're gonna have 37 maps. Each one is about $28 each. We have character skins,
and that's on pre-order discount, right? That's $28.
No, we're not doing that. Shut up. We're gonna do weapons and characters. We're also doing a physical copy that you can send to your children. That's about $30. And then it's about, God, I can't really represent it. It's about 78 pounds. It's my beard.
Molten lead.
Do we have to pay the shipping on that too?
Yeah. It's gonna be fucking like really expensive, but completely worth it because it's my beard. Each follicle is a human baby's shrunken arm that we bought from Nigeria. It's gonna be the best ever. Just.
Wow, I think.
Well, you heard it here, folks.
That's a KBMOD exclusive.
Nigerian baby arms.
My only question is,
Collector's
when the
edition.
doors open?
Yeah, will there be a Gila deck 1945 in the game? That's the people.
Well, we were gonna do that, but we decided to do a poster instead. So.
Oh God! And with that is the new game, folks. It'll be out before Black Ops.
Wow.
TeamX. If that doesn't make you want to pre-order,
Nothing will ever.
I don't know what to tell you. Oh my God! We'll take just a quick break, and we'll be back with Twitter. This has gone to levels of insanity.
This is one of my favorite.
Gotta say,
podcasts
I did
of
not
all time.
expect the Nigerian baby arms coming. That was.
Someone in chat just goes, and once you spend $10,000, you get the full game. That's what you get the game finally. Modern Warfare 4 will be cell shaded.
Oh dear.
Pre-order bonus, we inscribe your kill death ratio as an epitaph on your tombstone.
I love Foxlight 4 here in the chat. Literally, what the fuck just happened? And then someone links Gone Wild, and I have to time them out. God damn it, people. All right. So, on to Twitter questions, guys.
And now it's time for Twitter questions with the KBMOD podcast.
All right, first one here. At Georgie Beats asks, would you rather live inside a giant dog's mouth or have a miniature dog live in your mouth? Hex is done. I don't even know what he's doing. I'd go with...
I mean, I guess I'd rather have the miniature dog live in my mouth, because if you're inside a giant dog's mouth, I mean, what's there to do? Eventually you just die because there's nothing there.
Hold on. Hex just put his fucking headphones on, so that's what he stepped into.
Yeah, I heard that Brandon wants a tiny dog to live in his mouth.
I would agree with Brandon, except there's really no room in my mouth for the other things.
Yeah, it's so full of cocks. Like,
Yeah.
Yes, the dicks. You gotta go mini dog here, because you can take the dog out and show people the dog.
I agree.
Jared kind of has a dog growing outside of his mouth.
Shit in your mouth, and do you constantly have shit in your mouth?
That's what
Yeah,
they make
that's
orbit for.
God, that would be terrible now that I think about it.
Where does the big dog go? Because if it's constantly walking the country and all you're doing is eating, you're like a hobo in the dog's mouth. I mean, fuck.
That's actually not a bad deal.
I actually, if the dog is traveling the world, I will be in the dog's mouth as long as it eats like
Pussy.
food and internet. My pussy.
That was perfect.
And
Wow.
on to the next question.
At Patrick Gerchak asks, what was your thought on the I-46 TF2 tournament, John?
What were my thoughts on it?
Those are words. I know.
It's really awesome to know that like the community's efforts to raise $20,000 to get two American teams. It was money well invested, because both American teams stomped every European team, and the only maps that they dropped the whole tournament were to each other. Like the two North American teams only lost maps to each other, so it pretty much solidified the fact that the only game in the world that North America is better than everybody at is TF2.
It's
So,
TF2.
yeah, but it was really cool to see, and I thought it was a really good event. There were some technical difficulties for Manila TV, the first day, but that's to be expected when you're just entering a venue. You don't know how the internet connection is. You have a couple hours to get everything set up and rolling. But overall, I thought the coverage was really good, and it was good for TF2.
Speaking of stream coverage, freaking Summer Jam 6 was this weekend, which is a fighting game tournament, and Team Spooky was streaming off a 4G connection the whole weekend.
Damn.
They used like a cell phone, basically.
Wow.
That's fucking hardcore right there.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. They said it was better than the hotel internet they were at. So,
I don't doubt that.
That's completely fucking believable.
so props to Team Spooky. At Fox Lament How much sustenance does your beard require, Jared? And would sacrificing one Nick Fenton be enough to satisfy it?
No.
Yeah.
No.
For Jared, no. For me, one Nick Fenton can sustain this, but for Jared, that's 3 or 4 Nick Fentons minimum.
No, because he's not even a real human.
Right. Jared is like if
I've met him. I've unfortunately I've met him. And,
Unfortunately.
I didn't even know people came that small.
Wow.
Terrible.
His hands are unbelievable.
How does he hold things?
I don't know. They're way. I am a short man, and my hands are much larger.
I mean, it's like holding a beer bottle.
That's what it would be like.
All right, if I will do the Alex roll. If you are not watching the video podcast, the way that Jared just held a beer was with the bare minimum fingertips he could possibly put on a bottle and still support it. And he believes that this is how Nick Fenton holds everything in his entire life.
Yeah, a little baby hand.
Including
Jared is very good at holding round objects with just the tip of his fingers.
Yes.
So he generally holds the round, the cylinder of the object while he uses the other hand to caress the thing, the bottom of the cup, similar to this.
Just don't do it. Just don't do it because I'm not seeing you in 2 days.
Okay.
Last time we hung out, how long did you have that hangover for?
7 months.
No, like 4 days.
There you go.
Wow.
Oh, you shut up. Shut up.
So next question,
please no,
is also for Jared.
How does Fenton light it? How he doesn't smoke because he can't light lighters?
He was raised by lobsters, so
it's true. That's a fact, actually. I am
raised by 2 Wendy's, so
I am Cyberways asked if Jared wanted anybody except for CNairs, obviously, to do a voice pack for BLR, who would you pick?
Fuck.
Freeman.
I'm gonna have to say the guy that did the zombie voice for Saints Row 3, and I'm honestly trying to hunt him down.
Not a bad choice. Solid game. I was hoping it was your boy Banks.
Oh no, yeah. Well, I actually hit him up, and he
dude, he will add you on Skype right now.
He replied.
I think little B.
He replied hashtag at $H N Q and R, and I don't know what the fuck that means. So, and the reply was your boy Bangs, blah, and it was like, fuck, I can't even do this. So I really tried for you guys, but I don't.
We did start a campaign a few nights, but
you could just add Bangs to the call. He'll probably answer.
Yeah, probably will, dude. Based God and Viva La Tegan are 2 votes here as well. People, why Tegan? Gassy Mexican's not a bad call, actually. But he could do any voice. Next question is from Gerritzen's Beard, at Gerritzen's Beard. When the fuck are you going to groom me? That's the question.
Never. I'm never gonna do it. It's a race because all of you fucking nerds are trying to grow a bigger beard.
If you could see how extraordinarily attractive Jared is without that beard, his vagina would be throwing itself at him. It'd just be like girls would rip their vaginas off if he was like walking on the ground under a bridge. Girls would rip their vaginas off and throw them at him under the bridge.
Oh, good call on that BLR voice pack.
No, I actually started. I grew this so the wifey would actually allow me to travel, which is fucking terrible.
50 Shades of Gerritzen.
Wow.
Someone said Rux from Bastion voice pack.
Good one.
Good choice.
The narrator.
Excellent one.
Oh, that would actually be pretty awesome.
That would be pretty legit. All right.
You guys are going to write these down and email them to me, right?
Sure. I'm doing right now.
I'm doing it right now.
There you go.
At Sir Harrison Daly asks, "What's your favorite zombie movie?" I got to go with the Pittsburgh George Romero classic, the original.
Yeah,
Living Dead.
Monroeville Mall,
Yeah,
bro.
Monroeville Mall.
I lived like right next to the street where they walked up in that movie.
Nice.
Every year they have a showing with Romero in Pittsburgh.
Personally, for me, it's Shaun of the Dead.
I was going to say Shaun of the Dead. I love that.
Yeah.
Solid film.
Zombieland.
Oh, also
Zombie-
excellent choice. Because Emma Stone is in it and she's hot as fuck.
Did you guys see the new? It's a new British zombie movie where it's like I forgot what part of the UK it is. It's like it's not Pikey. Fuck. Oh, I feel like such an asshole now. It's I liked it on my channel, but it's this UK version of Shaun of the Dead. It looks like Shaun of the Dead and Zombieland mixed together with a UK sense. It looks completely fucking hilarious. Like an old fucking British guy in a walker trying to outrun a zombie. I mean, that boom, there you go. It's fucking rad. And
is it Cockneys versus Zombies?
Cockneys versus Zombies. There you go. Boom, there you go. It's fucking amazing.
Pikeys or gypsies? All the British guys.
Fucking whatever.
Yeah, fucking pikeys. Yummy Man asks, one of the best Twitters there is. Yummy Man asks,
True facts.
if you could take a poop on anything in the universe, what would it be? That's tough.
Anything
dude.
in the universe.
John.
You
It'd be John. I'd fun John.
It'd be John.
Anything in the universe. Pluto, because it's not a planet anymore, but I still want to shit on it.
The question. This can be answered multiple ways. Because do you want your poop to be famous or not?
I want to be the first guy that shit on Pluto. Hell yeah.
Bobby Kodak's chest. Excellent choice. Excellent choice, Dream. I would place it squarely.
I would poop on in the middle of Brandon's living room floor because I know how upset that would make him.
It really would.
Would be really
Everything is very, very precise in Brandon's living spaces, and
he might actually make the poop really precise and leave it there. You never know.
Our
You might squirt that thing
relationship
on.
with John.
At Josh MJ Bryan asks the most important question tonight: who wins a beard off? Hex, Gerritzen, or High-Res Bort?
Why is this even a
What the
question?
fuck?
That's not even close.
This is clearly a hierarchy. It's
Hey,
Gerritzen, number one, and then me, and then High-Res Bart, because that bitch can't grow a beard.
I think Bart's like a Gerritzen in training though.
No. Yeah, did you see this luxurious mane growing from my chin? Bart wishes he could grow this beard.
Bart
Hey,
has
so my question is, does hair count?
No. Beard?
Okay.
Beard is
Yeah.
not hair, sir.
No, I mean, but I'm just saying that
How dare you?
I've got some up here.
I don't. I don't, and I hate myself for it every single day.
Oh my goodness. I think we're out of questions.
Well,
We're out of questions, and Jared's out of time. And you want to go with that one last? Fat Attack? Nah, we've already answered that. All right, guys.
hey,
Thank you very much.
where'd Scott go?
Well, he's busy filming all the things.
Probably busy
He never showed up.
playing CS:GO with an Xbox controller or something.
He never showed up in stream, not once. And yeah, I think him and Nick Fenton might be actually having sex at this point. I don't think it's just a rumor.
What were there? Well, here's my Twitter question. What would Nick's and Chris's or Scott's baby be named?
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey.
Yeah.
Gary Busey Fisher.
Gary Busey Fisher, that would be. Gary Busey Fenton Fisher. It would be hyphenated.
APL Fisher on Xbox Live would be the name. All right, guys. We will see you next time. Make sure to check us out on kbmod.com. At KBMOD Gaming. Like us on Facebook.
Hashtag FKBMob.
At Gerritzen.
Yeah.
At Gerritzen.
Yeah. Follow Gerritzen at
Blacklight.
Gerritzen.
Fact.
Plug all the things. And keep on the lookout for Special Forces TeamX, especially the $10,000 pre-order with Nigerian baby arms. So
In
there
the
you go.
beard, you fuck. God, man, don't make it sound weird.
Don't make it sound weird.
Come on, man. It's fucked up.
Don't forget that some of us will be at PAX this weekend, and I'm pretty sure we'll be wearing KB Mod stuff. So if you see us, come say hi. Well, I mean, Gerritzen won't, but you know.
There's a Gerritzen face shirt.
Hey,
there is a Gerritzen face shirt.
Yeah, there you go. Because my wife wears that just to piss me off, by the way.
Oh. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Have a good
That's it for this evening. Later, bros.
Food.